Welcome to Amazing Indiana Music Stories.
A neighbor of ours was a ham radio operator. He had an antenna. He also had an old Conn organ cabinet that he gave me when I was a little kid to take apart and pull the speakers out and see how this thing all worked. So, and my dad had a TV repairman friend who gave me old TV sets, and I was stripping parts out of the TVs. So it was, the mechanics of all that stuff was like things that I played with as a little kid. Late 60s was, The Chosen Few, The Idle Few were two of the bands, the Dawn Five, the Boys Next Door. These were the local bands that, I tend to gravitate to because I knew how to hook up their stuff, and which I did. A little over 10 years with Manhattan Transfer. Those shows were hard to beat. I mean, the places we played, the other acts that we toured with, a couple of tours in Europe, we were hung out with Supertramp for a summer, and you hang out with that band in the summer. I mean, the shows were stunning. Anyway, that's back in the day. Manhattan Transfer sticks out. As they started to wind down, I had an opportunity to go out with Frank Sinatra, and it was called the Rat Pack Tour originally, and it was Frank, Dean, and Sammy, and I jumped at that and bailed on Transfer's shows were winding down. They didn't do as many per year, so I jumped on this Sinatra event. That was 2.5 years. Those original shows were interesting. I mean, that was Sinatra. That was 88, 89, and then Dean Martin, he was no longer singing on par with the other, with Sammy and with Frank. So Liza Minnelli came out, and that became the ultimate event. And that ran for a year. And we played, Monte Carlo and Japan and all these places, Stockholm. We toured Europe so much, I had favorite restaurants in places like that. Like